What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 36. We're live. Yes, we are live. Start asking your questions if you have any. Um, it's my pleasure to introduce Troy Hodas. He's Henzo, Henzo's black belt and mine kind of like together. Anyways, Troy was my regular training partner in my blue and purple belt days. That's when I was working in the city, and if I thought I couldn't go into the blue basement to train, Troy would come to my house and I would train in my basement from 6 to 7, 7:15, and then head over to the city. He's a very, I think you probably have more talent for jiu-jitsu than I do, but I've been more consistent. So,
A lot more consistent.
so guys, again, the format, the live questions take priority. So I have sort of a specific topic, and it kind of goes with the topics that I've been working on over the last several years. That, like if you attack from specific, uh, with specific sort of submissions, if your technical and timing is good, if that person escapes, there's literally just one possible escape, and you know what it is, and you can keep shutting them down until there is no other possibility. They just tap. So I've been playing a lot with that concept. Basically, anytime you start, especially NoGi, in whether you're standing or from your guard, it's a lot of grip fighting, which is chaos. Just nothing happens. There's sort of just you're trying to get some grip that's going to work for you. And once you get that grip, now you got to use it. I've seen in competition it happens a lot where the guy gets a grip and doesn't do anything with it. When you kind of throw away an opportunity like that, that's a problem. But once you get that grip, then suddenly that grip will, especially with more experience, once you get purple, brown, and black, it tells you this is the attack. This is based on your game and your sort of knowledge. There is an attack, and once that attack happens, again, if you're decent timing and decent technique, there is not like, oh, he can go left, he can jump up, he can do this. There's very specific ways people respond, and we shut them down. We talked about that sort of armbar going to backside 90-10. So I have this sequence for Ude Gatame, and there is generally the high level guys tend to respond one of two ways. They either turn my hips to the outside, or the other way is they either try to turn they either turn their elbow like this or like this. And, I have learned to shut down pretty much any response. And we're going to go down that path unless we have some question that would take priority. I think I put my tape too tight. My hand's falling asleep. Guys, let me know if my hand is turning purple, all right?
We had good morning to MJ Wildfire saying thank you for
What's
the
up, guys?
episode. I've learned so much from you over the past year. Your grips have become my grips.
Ah, yes. I love to hear that, guys. It really makes me feel good. But anyways, this is why we do it.
And very ready for some Ude Gatame details.
Okay, so let's look at this. I'm going to try to, so you're going to be on this side, because my dominant side is my left side Ude Gatame, because most people pass to my right. That said, Troy's left shoulder, that's 30 years of jiu-jitsu. Left shoulder is worse than his right is worse than left. That's not saying much about the left. But this is my bad side, so I relish the opportunity to rep on my bad side. So when I go for the Ude Gatame, so a lot of times, especially, even if I don't get the feet on the hips or they get the same one, and the guy starts to drive into me, what happens is my angle is not good. If I'm here, that bite is going to count. But if your angle, we talk about this, is too straightforward with him, what happens is a lot of times guys bend their arm in response. What do we talk about? When we're attacking, Ude Gatame attacks the elbow, right? When the guy bends his arm, basically he's defending the elbow, but now the shoulder's in play. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our leg over, and I'm trying to get it over his head, not on his back. This grip is weak. This is strong, and if I can't actually, you could even cross, but it doesn't matter. and now you're gonna pin it. Troy's ready to tap. So the more I'm letting, normally I'd pin it to my chest. Although you may have to swap out with Troy. So normally I'd pin it to my chest, but I need to give him some flex. So if it's pinned to my chest and the break is from the hips, okay? So we're gonna go through the whole sequence. Basically, there is Ude Gatame, shoulder lock, armbar, and then usually it's either finish or basically. We're gonna go down that path, but usually most people don't go that far. They usually get nailed number one, number two, or possibly they're really good number three. I wanted to say something, but I forgot what it was, so we'll go back to going over this. So again, guys, so I attack, and I did not get a proper angle. Troy bends his arm. So I'm gonna, guys, the grips are very important. Notice I am not switching my grips. I'm gonna bring it over, and now, if you bend it, Troy, it's gonna be a little bit lighter. Yes. So I would normally pin it to my chest, and the break is, I'm hanging on him. So I'm putting my foot on the floor just so I don't break Troy's good shoulder. But that's the break, it hips up, okay? So this is a response I got from some of my high-level guys. But again, it's very specific, guys. Don't drill this sequence. So if Troy, if I manage to go, we've done this before, when I go outside, the response, this is Troy's preferred response, is what we call dead frog. We go into shoulder bar. It's a different response. So this is when you actually manage, and this is what you're actually aiming for, is to have your hips inside towards him. This is a better attack than outside. When your hips pointing outside on Ude Gatame, this is where you're gonna, he has a better chance of defending. We've covered some of that, or if not, we can always cover some more. I'm sure it's on the app too. Guys, by the way, on the app, it's $9.99 per month, but you get 5 days free. So if you want to play around with it, go on sofoxbjjglobal.com, and you will find the link, both Apple and Google stores. I believe it is also available. You can play around with it if your eyes are going bad, and you can play around with it on your PC or laptop. You could do that too now. This is your good shoulder?
Yeah, they're both tight.
Oh, man. So let's go through the sequence. Guys, do we have any questions on this so far?
Has this replaced you going for a triangle as a follow-up or no?
Ah, good question. So possibly, because, so what I would do is a triangle is, if I put my foot on the hip and I can stretch Troy out, you could see the space. This is when I go for a triangle. Okay? So this time I hit it and I didn't get, and as he's doing it, he comes in too close. Okay? That's a very good question. So if you can stretch him out, this is a judgment call. Guys, by the way, this is a very high level sequence. I use it with great success against a lot of my black belts that already know my game. They're already aware. They wanted, like literally, Ude Gatame is my first attack from the guard. Open guard, especially NoGi, because it's such an easy way to, not easy, consistent. Easy is not the right word, because this is difficult, but once you get the angling properly, it works like a charm. There's like some high-level world-class black belts that, you know, they've told me afterwards, and maybe 2-3 years later, but they're like, yeah, you know, Karel, when I saw that Ude Gatame, and when you did it, you know, or saw your video, or, you know, I kind of like was skeptical. I was like, I think this is not for me. And then I trained with you, and I realized that how consistent it is, and how well it works, and I need to have it. So this is, like I said, this is one of my best weapons. It takes some time to get good at it, but once you do, guys, it opens up a world of possibilities. Do I sound like Disney? Come to the Disney World, Fox World. We're out of time, guys. Guys, if you hop onto the app, I want to show you something, because let me just give you a quick preview to whatever we're doing. So when I do this, right? So basically, maybe I didn't have enough space. So Troy bends his arm. I go into this, right? Sometimes what happens, the guy actually manages, Troy wouldn't do this because his shoulder would break, but I'm going to let him actually straighten out. So he straightens out his arm. But notice as he's straightening out his body, this is the point of what I'm making. I know that in order for him to straighten out his arm, his head starts to move away. So what we're going to do is go into inverted armbar, and if he does manage, come on up, to come up, we hit him with, sit up on him. So with a shoulder bar, and then if he does manage, again, the only way he can escape this now is to bend his arm. Troy can because it's too tight. I'm going to let him do it, and then we're going to go into really, really deep omoplata. I will see you on the ab side.